Join our celebration of Black History Month, only on New Thought Media Network. New videos every day at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, or watch anytime on our YouTube channel. 28 unique Black History moments, every day in February. Only on New Thought Media Network.
Welcome to New Thought Media Network's Black History Moments. My name is Tracy Brown, and I am happy today to share some information with you about Paul Revere Williams. Paul Revere Williams is someone who I'm happy to recognize because I think we don't share enough about our laity members who demonstrate the principles that we teach in New Thought. And this gives us an opportunity to look at someone who is easily a mental equivalent or an example of putting New Thought principles to work in the world. Paul Williams was born in 1894. He died in 1980. He was 85 years old at the time. And just think about what the United States was like during that time period from 1894 to 1980. I mean, really, think about that. For him, as an African American, he did not just defy the odds. I would say he demolished them. And so we want to recognize him for what he did and what he accomplished in the world as someone who was living our principles, even though he was not a minister or practitioner or a licensed unity teacher, he was not teaching and leading in the movement, but the way he lived his life in itself was an example. So Paul Williams was the first Black person to become a member of the American Institute of Architects. And he later became a fellow, which you earn through the work that you do in the field. And this is critical. I mean, most of the buildings he designed were in Southern California, but he does have a footprint all over the U.S. More than 3,000 structures have been attributed to his portfolio, and that's amazing for any architect. He designed so many homes for celebrities, people like Frank Sinatra, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Lon Chaney, Barbara Stanwyck. The list is really long. He was sometimes referred to instead of an architect, but as the starchitect, because he created so many things for stars and for celebrities. He also redesigned and renovated the Beverly Hills Hotel, the Beverly Hills Hotel that most of us see in our minds or see in online or in photographs. Didn't look that way before he redesigned it. And that iconic sign with, the Beverly Hills Hotel in script, most of us have seen it. Well, he did that. And in fact, it was designed based on his own signature. But he's also known for many of the public designs that he did. In his 20s, very young, he was appointed to the first Los Angeles City Planning Commission. And then he served as an architect in the Navy and designed both the operational buildings and housing at several bases across the US. He designed YMCAs, he designed hotels, he designed office buildings, and he even was part of the team that planned and designed LAX airport. He designed one of the terminals, and his design on what we know today as the theme building, that, kind of Jetsons like or science fiction like building in the center of the grounds of LAX, that is a Paul Williams design. And so that's a lot, just to celebrate him for how he defied odds, how he became very clear about who he was in the world and what his skills and talents were, and how he could bring those forward despite anything that society was saying and doing at the time. But within New Thought in general, and within religious science specifically, Paul Williams is recognized as the architect of Founders Church of Religious Science in Los Angeles. Founders Church of Religious Science became a landmark immediately upon its design and building, and it is in the shape of an oval. It brings in symbols of ancient cultures, and the building is now registered as a landmark and must be preserved. But think about this. Think about this. He was selected to design this building and oversee the actual construction of the building, and this was in the mid 1950s. The Institute of Religious Science hired a Black man in the 50s to design this building. Now, this was an over $3 million project, and I think that too is noteworthy. Over $3 million project in the 1950s. And it is a landmark, not only for religious science, but it is a landmark for Los Angeles, and it is a landmark that demonstrates who we are in New Thought and what we can do. You can learn more about Paul Revere Williams by watching the PBS documentary titled Hollywood's Architect, the Paul Williams Story. And if you ever have an opportunity to go to Los Angeles to visit, I highly encourage you to visit Founders Church and go inside. The design is amazing, and there's really no place like it, not just in the religious science movement, but in New Thought in general. So, absolutely, I am happy to introduce you to, maybe, or to remind you of Paul Revere Williams. And I want to encourage you to hang out with us right here on the New Thought Media Network all month long for Black History Moments, 6 a.m. every Mountain Time, 6 a.m. Mountain Time every morning. And we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for watching New Thought Media Network's Black History Moments. Join us every day in February for a new Black History Moment. live at 6 a.m. Mountain Time or on our YouTube channel. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring.